But first, if you saw the show on Monday night, you know that two Republican county officials in South Carolina came to a rather offensive defense of Republican Senator Jim DeMint over the weekend. A South Carolina Democrat had criticized Senator DeMint for not bringing enough federal cash to his home state. Two county Republican chairmen defended the senator by writing an op-ed that said this, quote, "There's a saying that the Jews who are wealthy got that way not by watching dollars, but instead by taking care of the pennies and the dollars taking care of themselves. By not using earmarks to fund projects for South Carolina, Senator DeMint is watching our nation's pennies, just like a Jew would." Which is good, because Jews, you know, they watch the pennies. Yeah, unless this is a Mel Brooks movie about South Carolina politics and not real South Carolina politics, this is obviously a problem. The day after the Yay Jews op-ed was published, I'm happy to report that the two county chairmen issued apologies and said they had been misunderstood. This has been a heck of a year for South Carolina Republicans, and controversy from South Carolina Republican Governor Mark Sanford hiking the Appalachian Trail to South Carolina Republican Congressman Joe Wilson screaming, "You lie," at the president. Now these two South Carolina Republican county chairmen with the "Jews are cheap and we mean that in a good way" thing. It's been a rather tough year. Today brought South Carolina Republicans some good news on that front. And that's because the latest political figure to have to apologize for a completely bizarre "I love Jews, they're so cheap" comment was not from South Carolina. He was in Arizona. Lake Havasu City Councilman Lee Barnes argued against spending city funds on an interim city manager at a city council meeting on Tuesday by saying, quote, "Excuse my action, but I'm just a little Jewish to be able to do this." Just a little Jewish. Councilman Barnes then made matters worse by trying to explain himself, saying, quote, what I meant there is Jewish people are pretty good with their money." Not an apology, making things worse. We contacted the councilman's office today to let him take one more crack at it, and here, I'm happy to say, is what he said. Quote, "At a council meeting on Tuesday, October 20th, I used poor judgment and a poor choice of words when I attempted to express my concerns regarding spending taxpayer dollars unnecessarily. I sincerely regret my actions and apologize to anyone who was offended by my statement." Now that is an apology. Anyone else want to give this one a try this week? We do have shows tomorrow and Friday. But finally, if you think that malls are too crowded or shopping online isn't your thing or boutiques are just too expensive, might we suggest the FBI Recreation Association stores? They're located at FBI field offices and they sell FBI official merchandise like hats, t-shirts, the occasional Christmas ornament. And according to TickleTheWire.com, they also sell an official FBI cologne, which is called Integrity. For every man who's ever wanted to smell like J. Edgar Hoover, there is Integrity. It's $36.99 a bottle. Apparently there is a ladies' version coming out next year, which will also presumably smell like J. Edgar Hoover.